Hello my dear friends, today we have to discuss one small definition called PRI and PROI, and both are defined under one law called Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. Now, Foreign Exchange Management Act is there at all the three levels of your professional exams, be that BCS executive, be that be your CMA final, be that be your CA final. We have FEMA chapter in all the three levels. Now, so FEMA as usually defines all the definition under section 2. Now we have to discuss one small definition called PRI and PROI definition. PRI is defined in section 2 clause V, and section 2 clause W defines who is PROI. Now, we did not put, or law did not put much efforts in defining who is PROI, as they very simply they said PROI is that person who is not PRI. So any person who is not PRI is equal to PROI. So इसका मतलब we need not put much efforts in understanding who is PROI. Any person who is not a PRI will always become PRI. Now, let us try to understand the definition of PRI. Now, this is a definition we can understand, but I would like to show you in one small chart presentation ki who is PRI and who is PROI. Now, first we are trying to understand PRI ka definition, because once we are done with PRI, it becomes very easy for us to understand who is PROI. Now, PRI definition will be different for individual, and PRI definition will be different for others. Others matlab any person who is not individual. So whether it can be a company, whether it can be a partnership firm, any other entity doing any business. Now, let us try to understand first PRI definition for an individual. Now, we have seen the definition of person resident in India or person resident of India in Income Tax Act. Now, Income Tax Act में the way of defining things are different, because the purpose is to levy tax, but here the purpose is not to levy tax, the purpose is to understand the foreign exchange determination. Now, so in FEMA the definition for PRI is defined in this manner. If at all you have to calculate the PRI status of a particular person for the financial year 2019 to 2020, that is for current financial year you have to check the residential status, then this is how we do. Two conditions a person has to fulfill. Condition number 1 is period of stay, and condition number 2 is purpose of stay. First condition is period of stay, second condition is purpose of stay. Now, period of stay should always be fulfilled, or this condition is always to be fulfilled in preceding financial year, and purpose of stay is always to be fulfilled in current financial year. When I say current financial year, it means the year for which you are calculating the residential status. That is, trying to understand whether a person is PRI or PROI. Okay, sir. Can you tell me more further? Yes, why not? Now, sir, let us understand whether Ricky Ponting, is a PRI in India or not. So my answer would be very simple. If at all Ricky Ponting has come in India last year, that is 2018-19 financial year, and stayed in India for more than 182 days. The word used in the law is more than 182 days. Agar I have to speak very practically, more than 182 days is nothing but 183 days or more. So if at all he has stayed for 183 days or more in the preceding financial year, and in the current year, that is 1920, for which you are calculating the status, if he is staying in India for employment purpose, or if he is staying in India for some business purpose, or if he is staying in India for any other purpose, and the period of stay is uncertain, matlab how long he is going to stay is unclear, not clear, then if these two conditions if he fulfills, that is previous year he should stay in India for 183 days or more, and current year he should stay either of these purpose, either for doing employment or for business or for any other purpose which can be uncertain. In such case, Ricky Ponting will become PRI. He will be PRI. Okay, nice. Sir, can you tell me any other way of defining? Yes. Imagine ये हमारे Sachin. Now, sir, for him also, let us calculate whether he is PRI or not. Again, my answer will be in the same manner. If you are calculating this for 2019-20, तो 2018-19 में he should have stayed in India for 183 days or more, plus 19-20 में, है ना, even though he has gone outside India, where you can see he has gone to Australia. So he may go outside India, but he should not go for these purposes. What purposes, sir? Employment purpose के लिए नहीं जाना, या फिर business purpose के लिए he should not go, or he has gone for any other purpose. He can go for any other purpose, but the period of stay should be certain. If at all he fulfills these three conditions, then Sachin Tendulkar will be PRI in India. So how is it we have to conclude now? Ki whether a person is PRI or not, very simple, he has to ensure कि he fulfills these two conditions, and conditions are very clearly specified. Now, so if an Indian is going outside India, that doesn't mean for current year he will not be a PRI. So he may go outside India. We have to see with what purposes he has gone outside India. If he has gone for employment purpose, then he is not fulfilling condition number 2, because even though if he fulfills condition number 1, he is not fulfilling condition number 2. So he will be a PROI. Similarly, a foreigner comes to India. For employment purposes in this year, previous year he has not stayed for more than 182 days, so obviously he will be still a PROI. So you have to understand very simple manner, he has to ensure कि period of stay is fulfilled in the preceding year, and purpose or intention of stay. So if you are having a purpose or intention of stay for outside India, now this is for Indian I am talking about. If one Indian who is staying in India for the preceding year for 182 days or more, and current year, even though he is not staying in India, see, if he is staying in India, obviously he is a PRI. If he is not staying in India, he has gone outside India, but that outside India he should not go for employment purpose, he should not go for business purpose, or he should not go for any purpose. He can go for any purpose, that period should be certain, then he will be always a PRI. Okay, now, so we will understand this more better if we take some questions. Let us try to see one question. Now, so there is one question. Mr. A has resided in India during the financial year which is 11 and 12 for less than 183 days. Okay, so what are the key words we have to understand? 11-12 May he has stayed in India for 183 days. He has come to India on April 1, 2012. Okay, for employment purpose. Very nice. What would be his residential status for financial year 2012 and 13? So 12 and 13 के लिए if you have to calculate, as I told you, you have to see something for 11-12 and you have to see something for 12-13. 11-12 को you should see the period of stay. Now 11-12 में he has stayed for less than 183 days. इसका मतलब obviously 2012 में he will be PROI, because to become a PRI you should fulfill both the conditions, but you have fulfilled only one condition, that is 12-13 में he has come for employment purpose, but we have to see previous year का stay also, hence he will be a PROI. Now next question, Mr. X has resided in India during the financial year 1999 to 2000 for again less than 183 days. Okay, let's write down somewhere. Yeah, okay, let's read the question. He had come to India on April 1, 2000 for business purpose. He intends to leave the business on April 30th, 2001 and leaves India on June 30th, 2001. What would be his residential status for 2000 and 2001 and 2001 to 2002? Okay, so first let us see for 2000 to 2001. Again we are dividing into two parts. We have to see first for 99 and 2000 and 2000 to 2001. Now come on, tell me fast. 99 to 2000, that is previous year period of stay, is what we have to check, and current year purpose of stay is what we have to check. Now so we are calculating the residential status for 2000 to 2001. In 1991 to 2000 he has stayed for less than 183 days, so obviously he will become PROI, because any person who is not PRI is a PROI. Very good, sir. Sir, then we will be seeing for 2001 to 2002. Again we will be dividing this into two parts. Previous year is here 2000 to 2001 and 2001 se lekar 2002, and obviously we are doing this calculation for 2001 to 2002. We are trying to determine his residential status for 2001 and 2002. Now sir, 2001 to 2000 to 2001. Now we can see he has come to India on April 1, 2000. Okay, nice. He intends to leave the business on April 30th, 2001. इसका मतलब 2000, that is 1st April 2000 to 31st March 2001, he has stayed in India for more than 183 days. In fact, total year he has stayed. Next, current year में we are seeing he intends to leave the business on April 30th, 2001 and leaves India on 30th June 2001. So he is leaving India for in June 2001. तो इसका मतलब if you are calculating till 30th June 2001, he will be PROI. The next day, that is 1st July, he will become PROI. So what is my understanding from it? My understanding is very simple. Under FEMA, the residential status of a person can change even on daily basis. इसका मतलब on 30th June 2001, उस दिन तक his intention was to stay in India, do business in India or employment in India, or he came to India for uncertain period. But he is leaving that place, and 1st July onwards he will be living in USA. So even though he stays in India in the preceding year for 182 days or 183 days or more, but current year he is not living in India, or he has left India and he will be doing his business outside India, hence he will be a PROI. I hope you understand this point, sir. Okay, nice. So let's take up for others. Others matlab here I mean others other than individual. So it can be for company, it can be for partnership. So let us see whether a company which is incorporated in India, what would be his status? So he says any person or a body corporate registered or incorporated in India is always a PRI. So इसका मतलब Indian company incorporated in India is always a PROI. Body corporate मतलब even an LLP is a body corporate. So LLP incorporated in India is always a PRI. Next, any office, branch, agency in India owned and controlled by PROI. मतलब PROI who is staying outside India, in India he has opened एक office or he has opened one branch or he has opened one business. In short, he is having some place of business in India, and that office, that branch, that agency is controlled by whom? PROI. So obviously this office, this branch, this agency for FEMA purposes will be treated as PRI. Similarly, from India we have PROI and outside India we have PROI. Now, so outside India, say for example, we are talking about USA. Now, PRI has opened a branch, PRI has opened an agency, or PRI has opened one office. From India, he is controlling them, and hence in India these entities will also be treated as PRI. Let's see this point, sir. So an office, branch or agency in India owned or controlled by PROI is PRI. Next, office, branch, agency outside India but owned or controlled by PRI. So this is my example number 2 and this is my example number 3, and example 1 was Indian company. So Indian company incorporated in India is always a PRI. I hope you understood even this point, sir. Next, so let us see one example for this part. Now, so examine whether the following branches can be considered as PRI for FEMA purpose. Okay, nice. ABC Limited, a company incorporated in India, established a branch at London on 1st January. Okay, now tell me, ABC Limited is incorporated in India. इसका मतलब ABC Limited is always PRI. Next, they have opened a branch where? In London. मतलब PRI is owning, controlling what? A branch, a office, and where? Outside India. So that branch, that office in India will be again treated as PRI. In short, you can understand, if PRI touches any business outside India, that outside business, outside India business for India FEMA purpose will become PRI. Next question, second question we have to see. XYZ, a foreign company. Obviously, XYZ is a foreign company, it will be always a PROI. But what did they do? They have opened a business or a branch where? In New Delhi. So obviously that branch in New Delhi will become what? PRI, because PROI, if he is opening any branch, any office where in India, then that business for FEMA purpose is always PRI. Okay. So XYZ foreign company has opened a branch in Delhi. So this has become PRI. This is anyway PROI. Branch in Delhi is now controlling another branch in Colombo. तो इसका मतलब एक PRI is trying to control another what is a branch in Colombo. So obviously that Colombo wala branch will also become PRI. So just now I said PRI, if he is touching any business outside India, he will make that business also PRI. Okay. So this is PRI ka definition for others. So I hope you understood one small definition called what is PRI and what is PROI. So I quickly recap what I have said. So whether a person will be PRI or PROI will depend upon this criteria. So PROI will always be a person who is not a PRI. And who is PRI? PRI ka definition will depend upon two criteria. PRI ka definition will be different for different people. For individual and other than individual, that is others. For individual, you have to see two things. What? कि last year का period of stay plus current year का purpose of stay. लास्ट ईयर का पीरियड ऑफ स्टे इफ इट इज 182 183 डेज और मोर एंड करंट ईयर में ही इज स्टेइंग इन इंडिया फॉर बिजनेस, फॉर एम्प्लॉयमेंट, फॉर any purpose which is uncertain, for any purpose which is uncertain, then that person will become PRI. Similarly, if at all we have a person who is leaving India, say for example we have seen that Sachin Tendulkar, so Sachin, even though current year he is not staying in India, but whether he will be PRI or PROI will depend on again this criteria. कि last year did he stay for more than 183 days? Answer is yes. More than 182 days. Answer is yes. Plus this year, if he is staying in India, obviously he is PRI. If he is leaving India and leaving India for what purpose? Not for employment, not for business, or for some travel purpose, and he has intention of coming back to India. मतलब he is going for outside India for some purpose, and that purpose is for certain period, है ना? तो still he is PRI. So thank you friends, thank you for your patient listening. This was the definition of PRI and PROI. So this is Praveen Jain signing off. Stay tuned for other more lectures on different aspects. Okay, thank you.